So if you're terminally online, you're probably already familiar with a lot of the vocabulary used here, like baiting, typically used in the context of fishing, which even trolling originates from. Fun fact, my Swedish ass used to think the term troll derived from trolls in folklore, you know, the creatures that live under bridges or in caves. That was until I listened to the Baited podcast back in the day and learned from none other than DJ Killer Keemstar that trolling is a fishing method. If I remember it correctly, he and his friends came up with this method to get with loads of different girls all the time. Basically, they would message a bunch of different girls at the same time, which improved their chances of finding someone desperate enough, and they called this trolling. It really makes you wonder, who the hell is desperate enough to go out with Keemstar? And secondly, hold up, are you Swedish? Yes, I've said this 100 times and I'll say it another 100 times over. Thirdly, what is up with people's fixation on fishing? You know, the whole trolling, fishing, and baiting. Of course, I come fast, I've got fish to catch. Imagine being an outsider, you know, someone with a life, hearing me talk, like, what the fuck is this boy talking about? I've seen my analytics and I can only imagine the confusion of my 65 plus viewers. So, for their benefit and anyone who might be out of the loop, we'll go over the word briefly. I'm here with you, I'm gonna hold your hand the entire time, it's gonna be okay. There's a lot of different kinds of baiting. For example, queer baiting and masturbating, the latter of which I can't speak about on here. I'd have to open an OnlyFans for that. That's a joke. Please don't be creepy about it. I'm just a boy. I'm just a 21-year-old boy. But as the name implies, baiting is when you put something out with the intention of getting a certain reaction. They take the bait, as one might say. It's a lot like someone falling for a prank. It could be something small and innocent. For example, your friend sitting down on the fart pillow you sneakily planted under their butt. Or it could be something big, like kidnapping a viner and his best friend who is in on the joke, bringing them to a rooftop, tying them down to a chair while executing their best friend in front of their very eyes while they're straight up having a mental breakdown, you know, like anyone would in that situation. All while the whole ordeal is being recorded so it can be uploaded to YouTube. You know, just traumatizing my friends for a prank. Was that an oddly specific scenario I just described? Is it so in detail that you might think that it actually happened? That's because that's exactly what Sam Pepper did back in 2015 in his video called Killing Best Friend Prank. If you've been around, you're probably already familiar with the "it's just a prank, bros." The point I'm trying to make is that baiting could be something really innocent to get a giggle, or it could go way too far and even cause emotional harm to individuals. Now, most of my audience is empathetic, intelligent, and very sexy, unless you're under 18. So they would probably understand that harassment online can affect your mental health. But there's bound to be some pee-pee poo-poo heads out there saying, "What do you mean you're being bullied online? Turn away, Lamau, turn off the computer, haha, log out." We love a little victim blaming on this channel, yes. If you're on Twitter or, God forbid, TikTok, you've probably already seen it. I'm not on TikTok, I get laid. That's why I've only seen screenshots on Twitter of it. You know what I'm talking about, right? The account Gen Z Moments. I don't know who it's run by, their intentions, other than getting clicks, and it's working, but at what cost? It's embarrassing. Never do a face reveal. You can't. If I were you, I would just go underground. You're embarrassing yourself. It's just not worth it. If you're fortunate enough to not already be familiar with Gen Z Moments, it's an account with over 275,000 followers that obviously posts Gen Z moments. That being someone of Generation Z saying or doing something that is so stupid but also associated with this generation, say Fortnite dancing at an inappropriate time. Personally, I don't think there's such a thing as an inappropriate time to Fortnite dance, except maybe at a funeral. You probably shouldn't do that. Now, shitting on younger generations isn't something new. As you grow older, you're probably not gonna be down with the kids, and that's okay. You don't have to get it, but it gets really annoying when people bring up one stupid thing a couple of people did that happened to be of Gen Z and act as if that's something we're all doing. I'm tired of hearing people go, "The Gen Zs are all eating Tide Pods! We're all doomed! They're stupid!" Like, shut up. Humanity is not getting stupider. We've always been stupid. That's just why I'm not on board with this whole concept to begin with. But it gets worse. It always does. What they consider a Gen Z moment isn't, something like hitting a dab in a family photo. Instead, it's often centered around very loaded and hot topics like racism, homophobia, transphobia, mental health, and pretty much anything your average conservative would consider snowflakery. That's exactly how it's framed. If we went back in time to the glory days of the anti-SJWs on YouTube, they would have been eating this content up and left no crumbs. The first time this account and their questionable content was brought to my attention was after my mutuals were liking this image of a TikToker that said, "Did you know that being cis and straight is a trauma response?" And I lost my shit. That was funny to me. That's probably funny to any trans and queer person. We get the irony. We have lived it, because this is exactly what we're told about our identity, and this person is going, "No, you!" But being that I've been queer, my whole life, at the same time as I could see that a lot of people engaging with it wasn't, I knew from experience that's not exactly the way they saw it. You know how it is? Cisheads understand sarcasm until they can willfully misinterpret queer people's inside jokes and attack them for it. Fortunately, at the time of scripting, the comments are filled with people pointing out that it's obviously a joke. Yeah, but that wasn't the case when I first stumbled upon this tweet. It was a bunch of people who were responding to it as if it was a serious statement, like, are you dumb? No, seriously, are you dumb? Against my better judgment, I'd like to think these people were just disingenuous rather than actually this stupid. These people posting this stuff have a very anti-progressive agenda by posting images that are meant to make people discussing certain issues look batshit fucking crazy, am I right? Of course, that might not be the intention of the admin. They might not have an agenda. For all we know, they might just have realized that this sort of content went viral, and we are in fact the ones that are getting baited. Mind-blowing, isn't it? That's not gonna stop me, however. Knowing I'm taking the bait hasn't stopped me from making a video before. If they can make content on the backs of others, then so can I. Some examples of the images that are kinda obviously just bait is this one saying, "Why is it normalized to stop drinking when pregnant? Isn't not wanting your baby to have a disability kinda ableist?" I mean, kinda true. No, I'm kidding. Come on, if we don't have time to talk about ableism, you're on your own with this one, figure it out. All I can say is that the profile picture is literally dream fan art. Bruh. Of course this is a troll. How could anyone forget the good old, "Why do you have a dream sexual flag?" And then there's there. Okay, but you guys know Among Us literally promotes gaslighting, right? Come on, there's literally 2 buzzwords. Gaslighting, Among Us. How are you gonna post this acting as if it's not satire? At least change your Twitter handle. Like, shit, call yourself something like funny baiting or masturbate. I'm begging you. It hurts me to see you embarrass yourself. This is cringe. I'm an empath, just like Shane Dawson. And that's why this hurts me so bad. You've probably already seen the TikTok screenshot that says, "Does anyone know a disorder I could self-diagnose as that isn't too weird but lets me say slurs? Not the basic ones." I know this is a joke, but I've unironically seen a mutual pull something kinda similar on my timeline, so I don't know what to tell you. I just look away because I don't want to get involved with that. Something that did confuse me, however, was that Gen Z Moments posted a screenshot of a tweet saying, "Stop normalizing the British," over and over again. What's the joke? Is normalizing British people funny to you? Is this a joke? Do you think it's funny? Haven't One Direction and the Beatles caused enough damage as it is? I've already been mistaken for a British person because of my accent. It's not funny. This is what happens when you work for a British Minecraft YouTuber when you're young and in the process of learning a new language. I'm a victim! Everything till this point has been relatively innocent, right? Except for normalizing the British. To put it like this, those who make bizarre statements, consciously baiting, signed up for this, right? That's not to say it's okay to harass them, but in a sense, they're playing the game and had an idea of what to expect. But something I've been seeing a lot more as of recently is people stealing random teenagers' innocent TikToks and re-uploading them with very obviously inflammatory statements written over them. It's not even funny or clever jokes, and as I hope you can agree with, it doesn't make it okay even if you're trolling. You're worthy of criticism when you say something really nasty, even if you obviously don't mean what you're saying and you're only doing it for attention. But here it becomes a problem because that critique, that often turns into dogpiling, let's be real, is directed at the person in the video who had no say in it and is honestly the victim in this situation. I can't even begin to imagine how distressing it must be to see my face being shared around with a horrible quote with no way to defend myself effectively. Judging by the TikToks I've seen, that I think we could probably safely assume are stolen to use as bait, it's often an alt kid. I wanted to give an example, so I'm using one that I've already background checked and can say is stolen. It says, "I really love these Mexican songs. Does the Hispanic community accept me as one of y'all?" With the caption, "I tried to sing at the end but couldn't understand the gibberish he was saying, please." I shouldn't have to explain why that's problematic, and I'm censoring the face and handle because I can't show that with a good conscience knowing the person didn't agree to this. Unfortunately, it's probably not gonna stop anytime soon. You know how the internet is, and making this video going, "Hey, this is bad, don't do this," isn't gonna stop people from continuing. They know it's bad, that's why they're not putting their own faces out there with the text. What I hope people will get from this video is critical thinking skills, maybe. For the love of God, please use your brain. Hopefully you could already spot very obvious trolling, but now you know that the face next to it isn't always the troll. There's tons of examples of people saying hideous things for clout, like the girl who laughed at the cancer patient in a call. "Oh my god, you have cancer. You are such a loser. You're wearing a wig because you're bald." But that's not always the case. Knowing this, it's often easy to spot stolen TikToks. I was pleasantly surprised seeing that more and more people are talking about this, calling them out in the comments and combating it. So maybe this video can spread even more awareness. I guess. It's not gonna disappear completely, obviously, but this is better than just letting it continue happening, I guess. I'm sure there's loads of Twitter accounts that come into your mind that have been doing the same thing. The reason I focused on Gen Z Moments is because I just really hate them. I'm not gonna back it up with arguments. I just really hate them, okay? I'm not cancelling them, so don't call cancel culture's gone too far. I just think they're cringe. It's that simple. I'm having a civil fucking discussion, y'all. Just a YouTuber talking to a faceless and soulless content farm on Twitter, you know, normal things. That being said, don't forget to like this video, comment for the engagement. Say whatever you want, doesn't even have to be about this topic. Just comment for God's sake. Follow me on Twitter @muggemille, link in description as always. I also want to mention that my Ko-fi is in the description if you want to support me financially. You know, just a treat for being entertaining. I'm a monkey in a cage, so you might as well throw me a couple of peanuts. Subscribe if you haven't already. Stay hydrated. Watch all my videos. Disable ad blockers. My throat hurts. I've been sick. Okay, goodbye.